What's up, guys? I've had my S2 for a year and almost 2 months. I forgot to make a video um, last month of when I actually got my S2, but this is my salt supply account. And yeah, so I bought this one February 5th, 2024. I just bought the pistol by itself, and then I liked it a lot. So I got one of my brother's one, and I ordered an extra magazine. And at this point, a couple of the other YouTube um, channels, Alternate Arms Self Defense, he started having promo codes where you can get free stuff with your order. So I took advantage of that. And then I bought my other brother one of these, and it says 484, but I changed the color and contacted customer service, changed the color, and then they just like they added on the other color I wanted, and then like didn't like delete the initial purchase, but I didn't buy two of them. I just bought one, so that's why that one says 485 or whatever. I don't know. I didn't get charged that much. I was just charged the same amount as these. Um, so yeah, I bought three of these. One of them was mine, and two of the other ones are my brother's. Um, but it has been a year and almost 2 months. In about a week, it'll be 2 months since I've had this. Year and 2 months since I've had this, and I haven't had any insane, crazy problems or anything with this. Um, this thing's been working very well. I have taken it apart twice to clean out the insides because I've shot probably 1,100 rounds through this, maybe 1,200 rounds through it with CO2 12 grams and with my airlines and air tanks and stuff. If you're not familiar, these threads are the same as the Umarex T4E threads. So if you have an MCS tank adapter or the Labco remote line adapter for Umarex products, it will fit this. And you can run this on an HPA tank or on a CO2 tank if you want to, be a little bit more economical, I guess you could call it, with shooting or training with it. So yeah, I've had this for a year and 2 months now, and it's been chiefing it. I did have to replace the bolt bumper inside here because the original one got thrashed after about 1,000 shots. But that was a cheap, easy fix. If you have any O-rings at home, or if you go to Harbor Freight, or if you have like plumbing stuff, O-rings, tools, stuff like that, you can probably find a replacement O-ring really easily. I just got one from a Harbor Freight O-ring kit because I have lots of other launchers and stuff I could use those O-rings with. And I've been able to use Crossman CO2s in this, Daisy CO2s in this, Umarex CO2s in this, and pretty much almost any brand. Those are the three brands I usually buy. I typically use the Umarex CO2s and the Daisy CO2s in my Berna TCR or in the Berna SD when it worked. I would use those because for some reason the Crossman ones just don't work. For mine, for my TCR, my Berna SD, the Crossman cartridges didn't seem to puncture that great for whatever reason. But they work fine in basically everything else. The Crossman carts. I haven't had any blockages in my CO2 restrictor down here, which you can't remove or anything. I've had no problems with that. My caps, which is a kind of common issue for some people, for their cap to leak. My caps have been fine. This is my replacement cap. My first cap that I had, I started screwing around with this, and I should not have, but I had already gotten replacement ones, and I wanted to see what this does. So my first cap was working perfectly fine, and then I started playing around with this, and then it started leaking and stuff. That was kind of my own fault, but I already had replacement ones ready to go. Customer service is pretty good as long as like you're like not a dick, or you're like you're not like hostile toward them. They should be cool. I haven't had any problems with them as far as like not responding to my emails or like stuff like that. That would be like annoying. I haven't had any of that happen in my few interactions with customer service at the salt supply company, and yeah, I've been able to shoot Grimberg Joule V3s, Alien Play aluminum balls, all the different nylon balls you could think of to fire through this. I'm in California, so I can't legally buy pepper balls and stuff like that, like the OC Pava mixtures. Anything that's like an irritant, I cannot purchase or use them in the state that I live, so I don't have any of those things. But so far, my magazines have been fine. They are sort of expensive for what it is, because it's basically just this plastic case with a spring in it. And like the Saber home defense launcher has it's a lot more material, and there's a valve in it and a little twisty thing in the magazine. So that magazine on Amazon, they're like $27. I think direct from the manufacturer, they're like $35. These are $25 from Salt Supply, and there's way less pieces in it versus the cost of the Saber magazine. So I only bought two because this can basically use one CO2. I'm lucky to get 15 shots. Most of the time I get like 12 or 13, and then it's out of gas. So that's why I only have two magazines. And realistically, you're probably not going to reload anyways. You can hot load around in the barrel. So you can load up like 2 or 3 or 4 balls in this. Like I'll just do 2. You can load 2 in, put the mag in. 1 ball will go up in the breech. And then you can pop this out and load up 4 more balls. Conversely, I could have loaded this with 5 and then popped it in the Salt S2 and then ejected it and had to just load 1. But now there's 6 rounds in here. There's 1 down the breech right there, and there's 5 in the magazine. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can load basically 6 in here, and then you can have 5 in your extra magazine, and that will pretty much use all your CO2, because this thing doesn't it's not the most efficient with air or CO2, but it definitely uses all the air in about 11 shots. I think by the 8th or 9th shot, that's when I see a pretty large decrease in speed. But yeah, like statistically, you're not going to need a second magazine. So that's why I just have 2 mags. I bought one, this comes with one, and then I bought an extra one sometime down the line. I think when I ordered one of my brother's S2s, I bought another magazine. Sometimes they have sales, and like you can get like 20% off the magazines, so they end up being like $20 instead of 25. Or you can get holsters and all that stuff. The only holster I have that fits this is for my Tipex. I cannot put the light on here, so it's an outside the waistband holster from ANS Gear. The brand name is Core, CORE, Core Tipex OWB holster. It fits this thing pretty good. It's not perfect, but it does fit this. It's specifically made for the Tipex, but this and the Tipex is bigger than this, but this trigger guard and everything lines up with the way that outside waistband holster is, and it just has like a belt hip attachment kind of thing. It's bulky as hell, so it would not be good for concealed carry or anything. I just bought it just because I have a Tipex and I wanted to see if the S2 would fit in it, and it does. But yeah, I like these magazines because the Byrna SD. So basically, I had the Byrna SD and the Byrna TCR before I had my S2. And the one thing I didn't really like about the Byrna SD is that sometimes when you're loading it, if you're not like that careful, you could pop the little ball latch that's on top, and then all your rounds just fly out. That doesn't happen with the S2 magazines. So that was pretty cool. Like I thought that was a better improvement over the SD. I wasn't super hesitant or against having CO2 in the handle and then having a magazine under the barrel. Some people don't like that. I think that's perfectly fine. Like I can adapt to that. I wasn't practicing with my SD very much. And then once I saw like the joules rating on the SD, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, this thing is not that strong. It's basically like a paintball pistol, and you can't adjust it or anything. I never had a Tipp-Ex until maybe 3 months after I bought this. And that's really when I started messing with like paintball markers and changing them to make them stronger and stuff like that. But this is a certified less lethal launcher. If you want to be mobile or like take this outside with you in public, this would be the better thing to choose for that, because it is an actual less lethal product. It's not a modified paintball gun or paintball marker. So, at home you can use whatever the hell you want, but if you're going to go mobile, or you want to take this with you traveling or something, or take some sort of protection, self-defense protection with you, a less lethal would be the better way to go. And then obviously you probably want to use like ammunition from a reputable, less lethal company. So in my bag I got right here for my S2, I have some aluminum rounds in there, but if I'm ever out and about in public, I only load the Salt Supply Kinetics. I'm probably going to switch those out with the Grimberg Joule V3s, because I have the Grimberg Joule V3s now. So I'm probably going to stop using nylons for when I'm out in public and stuff. And I'm just going to have basically the S2 and Grimberg Joule V3s, because they're from a less lethal company. The Salt Kinetics aren't bad either. They're from Salt Supply, but they just have way more weight than the Salt Supply Kinetics. The 7.7 grams. That's how much mine weigh. The Grimberg Joules, they weigh 7.7 grams, and they're super hard. And they're pretty decent bore match for this. And the Salt Supply Kinetics are 3.7 grams. So, yeah, I'm pretty much, I'm going to get all that stuff out of my bag pretty soon and just put the Grimbergs in there and use those for mobile carrying, like in my car, or if I take this with me outside the car and I'm like walking around or something. Sometimes I throw it, it's not always in this bag. Sometimes I'll throw it in a lunch bag or in another backpack I have. So yeah, this thing's been good for a year and 2 months. Like I said, I've shot 1,100 rounds through it, 1,200 rounds through it, using CO2 12 grams and using my remote lines and stuff. All the different ammos that I have work perfectly fine in this marker. And this is just some cheap eBay light I've had for a couple years. And yeah, I don't have any issues with this, other than it's kind of big. And it's definitely bigger than the Byrna SD. And this grip tape has been going pretty good. I like this grip tape. I'm considering just buying like skateboard grip tape and replacing this. I do have some Hogue 1700 rubber grips that I could put on this instead of the grip tape stuff. But if I ever want to maintenance it, then I'm going to have to rip that Hogue grip off. So to me, if I could order this from Salt Supply, I never contacted them about it. Maybe I'll try. If I could order this grip tape from them, I'd definitely just put the grip tape on here, like a new piece. Because I do have some wear on the, this is mainly how I hold it. I'm right-handed. So I do have some wear right here, and a little bit right here, and a little bit like in this area. But yeah, I do like this grip. The trigger is really nice. It's like a 3-pound trigger or 4-pound trigger, and it resets like about here. It'll reset, so you can just keep pulling this. The Byrna SD, I have had the trigger get stuck once or twice. Like it just kind of like it pulls back and then it stops and it doesn't want to go forward all the way. And I've seen that in other videos and stuff online. But yeah, for $230, I feel like this is better than the SD, and it's like a third the price. because the SD is like $380 plus tax and whatever. I just bought the S2 by itself without a case and without ammo or anything like that because I already knew I was not going to use that protective case that it comes with. I never used my Byrna SD protective case that it came with. Yeah, just overall, you don't get that many shots out of a CO2. So if you want to use this for like target practice on a weekend, you're going to need a lot of these, or you're going to need an airline and a tank, like a big tank, if you just want to keep using this. And I would recommend taking it apart after about 500 shots. Take apart the whole thing, re-grease the insides, re-oil the O-rings and stuff, because yeah, mine needed it after about 500 shots. I may have shot 600 or 700 through it before I maintenanced it, and it's not that hard to maintenance. There is like 5 pins inside and 2 or 3 springs. You have to use a pick to kind of get them in the right spot. But overall, it's not that difficult to take apart and maintenance. I mean, you can send it into Salt Supply. I've never sent this back into Salt Supply for anything. But I don't know how that works as far as like having them service it. I'm pretty sure if you live near a paintball store and they do repairs on paintball guns, they would probably know how to maintenance it if you're not capable of doing it yourself. And that's totally fine. I think my local store charges like $35 for them to fix paintball markers or like diagnose what's wrong with it. And then I'm not sure what goes on after that. If it's just a simple re-grease, re-lube, clean it out, they'll probably charge you like $30 or $40 or less. I don't know. It just depends where you live. Or if you know someone that plays paintball or knows how to use paintball pistols, they could probably look at this for you. But there's a couple videos on how to maintenance. The S2, I've made one. Less Lethal for Dummies has made one. There might be a couple other guys that have made a maintenance video for the S2. But yeah, overall, aside from the size and the common problem, I guess, of the cap leaking, I don't have any like gripes with it. The sights are okay, in my opinion. It does shoot high from where you're aiming, especially if you're further away. So if you want to say you want to get someone or a target and you're aiming at something and you're about 15 feet away, aim lower than you normally would, and the ball will tend to hit high. So say my target was the star and I'm pretty far away, like 10 feet away, I'd probably aim about right here and I'll probably end up hitting that star. I've seen a few videos with the accuracy on this, and it seems to be a common thing across all the videos I've seen where the salt hits high from where it's aiming. So say you're trying to get a headshot or something right in the nose, aim like in the neck or like on the upper chest, and you'll probably end up getting, face shot, mouth shot. I'm not recommending to do that, but I'm just saying if that's what you want to do, aim lower than you normally would. And yeah, that's the only thing that was not bad, because if you just train and know where your launcher is hitting, you'll have that knowledge and you'll know where to aim. But this one seems to hit a little bit higher than where you're aiming. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents on the S2. It's been a workhorse. I like it more than my SD, even though it's bigger. Yeah, I haven't had this thing fail or like fart on me or fail to shoot or anything like that. It's always just worked. And I typically first shot with the CO2 12 gram usually gets like 20 joules. If it's a hot day, I'll get like 22 joules. And then each shot after that goes down like 1 joule. And after like my 8th shot or 9th shot, I'll go from hitting like 13 joules or 12 joules. On the 9th shot, it'll go down to like 8 or like 7. So after 2 mags, you'll probably just not want to use this anymore, or switch out the CO2, or if you're just training with it, you'll probably at most get 15 shots out of it. But yeah, like the SD, it can probably get with the 8 gram CO2, you can probably get like 25 to 30 shots out of the 8 gram CO2, but the overall power is way less than this guy, because the SD, when I had the 8 gram in it, 8 gram CO2, just basically a stock Byrna SD, I think I got about 11 or 12 joules at the highest, and then each shot after that would just go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. So by my 20th shot, I was lucky to get like 5 joules out of it. So there's drawbacks to if you're looking for like a super air efficient, this isn't the one. But like I said earlier, statistically, you're not going to need like 40 shots in a less lethal launcher or product. You'll probably just shoot your first magazine and then try to escape or get away from whatever kind of situation you're in. So yeah, that's my 1 year review on my S2. It's still probably my favorite less lethal launcher. Not the most powerful, not the most concealable, but it's very reliable so far for me, and I've had it for a year and 2 months, and my Byrna SD broke. I've had other launchers fart on me, like the Saber home defense launcher. I'm still, new to that one. Like, I've only had that one for about 3 weeks now, and I'm still trying to figure out why it farts. I think it's just because it's too cold. The CO2 is too cold after the first CO2. But in an emergency, you most likely would not reload and try to fire off more shots. You'd probably either be running away or be on the ground hurt or something if someone had a firearm. So yeah, pretty solid, $230. Saber is like $150. The Byrna SD is like $380, and those are like strictly home defense or not home defense, but less lethal launchers. The one thing that I guess would compete with this kind of is the HDP 50 Gen 2. It's about $100, 13 joules. You can get about 12 to 18 shots out of it if you get the 13 joule version. But the caliber is 50 cal, so it's smaller. And I haven't had any problems with mine, but some people don't like that it's orange, or there's no magazines for the HDP 50. It just has like a follower spring underneath the barrel, and you load in balls right here. And yeah, unless you have a speed reloader, you're not going to be able to reload quickly. You have to pull the follower out, pop in balls, and then push the follower back, and then you can shoot again. So yeah, HDP 50 is a good marker, but there's just trade-offs between all these launchers, and yeah, you can reload this pretty quickly. It just has to be on safe. There is a way to not have it on safe and pop the magazine out, but you do have to change some stuff in here. And one thing I have not had any problems with is my magazine spring. That spring down there, I've had 0 problems with mine. It doesn't get hung up. It doesn't like fail to eject the mag. Like, I've had pretty good luck with this with my S2, and I'm pretty sure my brothers are fine. They don't use them as much as I do, but they haven't told me of any issues they've had with theirs. So yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on now. So anyways, guys, S2, I give it like a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. And yeah, it's been working great. And if it ever doesn't work great, I will definitely tell you guys, because I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, or I don't like, those companies don't know that I'm buying this stuff and making videos with it. I just do this in my own free time, on my own free will. And yeah, that's what's going on with my S2. So yeah, I think that'll be it. And if you guys like any of this stuff, you can watch all my other content. I have, I think, 400 and something videos now, and not going to stop anytime soon, I'm pretty sure. But you guys have a good day, and see you next time.